Yes, hello everyone, welcome back to the ESC GOSSIP Podcast with me, your favorite Eurovision gay auntie, Henrik Larsson. As always, if you like this podcast like me, give a follow, leave a comment, give a thumbs up. Tell me what you think about this whole Eurovision season, because it feels like it has been flipped around and turned around. In a good way, because now we have more confirmed countries. We are now looking forward to a season that is actually promising. 31 countries so far is confirmed, so that is better, because I said if I get 30, I'm very happy. Yes, I'm gonna say, I think today's episode will mostly focusing on that. The fact that we have so many returnees, and let's talk about them. And I think that's what is the main take for this podcast episode. But let's begin with the news of Zara Larsson. Yes, she's not going to Melfest or anything, but there was a report about Zara Larsson recently. The fact that she actually revealed that she declined being the interval act of Eurovision 2024. We have the full article. According to Roya News English on Instagram, Swedish global pop artist Zara Larsson confirmed that she declined an offer to perform as an interval act at the Eurovision 2024 Eurovision Song Contest in Malmö, citing ethnical objection related to the participation of Israel. But then again, we have Eurovision medley with Sertab, Helena Paparizou, Charlotte Perrelli, and we have Benjamin Grosso as an interval act. And then we also had Erik Saade, who made his statement, and we have several. So we have artists, and I'm gonna say, I think Benjamin Grosso showed that he has grown since Eurovision 2018. I want him to come back. Anyway, Zara Larsson, known for her hits like Lush Live, revealed her decision during an appearance on a Swedish public broadcaster Sveriges Radio SR, specified on program P4 Extra. The guest stated that she said no to Eurovision. Let's see here. The singer was explicit about the political reasoning behind the withdrawal, explaining that she felt that she could not professionally endorse the event given the context on the ongoing assault on Gaza. Okay, it is a super big stage, over 100 million people watching. It is more. I think it's almost like 180 million, almost. Sometimes it can be close to 200. So, girl. But I didn't feel like I could go on that stage and stand for those who competed. Wait, what does it say? I didn't feel like I could go on that stage and stand for those who competed Israel. It didn't feel right there and then. She concluded that she was not sad that I declined, and I would do it 100 times over. I didn't want to do it. It didn't feel right. Okay. Let's see here. This is the decision that by one of Sweden's most internationally recognized artists, aligned with a widespread domestic protest movement against EBU stance. More than 1,000 Swedish musical artists, including celebrated names like Robin, has signed an open letter published in Aftonbladet calling for Israel's exclusion. But then again, now when we have a ceasefire peace plan, hopefully. How is those people feeling? It is a little bit when you read about news about Hollywood actors who did the same thing. I was like, yeah, why are you punishing the people in the same business as you? Because those are the ones you're punishing. You can punish the government, but maybe not those in the same field as you. Anyway, the collective group criticized the EBU for demonstrating a remarkable double standing by allowing Israel to compete while having banned Russia from the contest in 2022, citing that the participation would bring the competition in disruptive. Then again, that's a thing. The conflict is very similar. I'm gonna say that. Like I said, I think I've said it for 1,000 times. The conflict is very similar, but they began differently. Russia attacked Ukraine in 2022, and then band, which they should. And then also, I mean, that's the funny thing with those people. They don't bring up the fact that Russia and Belarus broke some EBU rules with the broadcasting. They never mention that part because they want to mention just only this, but they never mention the fact that Russia and Belarus at the same time broke Eurovision broadcasting rules. But they never mention that. No, it doesn't fit the narrative. That's the thing with those people today. Bring up the whole receipt list unless otherwise be quiet or say something else, because you have other conflicts you can talk about now. Anyway, and the fact that also with Israel and Gaza, the thing is that, people want to feel, it feels like, I'm gonna say, don't hate on me, but it feels like people want to just erase what happened on October 7th and be like, that little blip never happened. Everything is Israel's fault that they attacked Gaza. Well, if October 7th never happened, maybe Gaza, this whole thing, the whole war would never happened. I don't know. But that's the thing when you need to dive in. You need to look at this conflict differently. And the fact also that Khan, who is the broadcaster of Israel, who is the broadcasting that is going to Eurovision, has never broken a rule. So you need to get your facts straight. Zara Larsson. Okay. And let's see here. The EBU, meanwhile, maintains the Eurovision non-political status, arguing that it's a contest between public service broadcasters rather than governments. Not all the times, but okay. Zara Larsson's refusal carried weight as she has previously expressed her strong enthusiasm for the opportunity, telling her management following Swedish 2023 victory that she would love to be part of the interval act next year. Okay. I mean, that's the thing. I understand the fact that Eurovision 2024 was very weird, because we had the whole Joyce Klein incident, and then we have the protesters. Yes, I see you, Greta Thunberg. I'm looking at you. And all, I mean, 2024 was not a very pleasant reaction year for me. I think it was very done. I had a severe headache after Eurovision 2024, the day after the finals. I had such a severe headache. I felt like I had a hangover. I felt I was drunk. So I think I see a point. But then again, it feels like when you have expressed your desire to be, then again, October 7th, we won in May 2023, and October 7th, October 2023. I mean, I'm gonna say, I don't know. It feels like, I think with hindsight, I think we all were in such a chaotic Eurovision bubble. It was chaotic, it was crazy. With the whole Joyce Klein disqualification, Israel booing, illegal on security, and all of that. It feels like sometimes these people who are saying this, they don't actually acknowledge the fact. They can maybe acknowledge the fact that they had a singer who was on complete lockdown. They feel like they completely ignore that. Yeah, but anyway, if we ever win again, should she be at the interval act? It feels so weird, because if let's say we win in 10 years. Let's say Sweden wins in 2035. I'm 46 at this point. I mean, let's say if we win 2030, and she wants to go to Eurovision as an interval act, and Israel's there. For me, she has a little bit made the point that she cannot go to Eurovision. If Israel is still in the competition in 4, 5, 6, 10, 20 years, she cannot go to Eurovision as an interval act. Because that will make a little bit, you didn't go because it was about Gaza in 2024. But why you should go to Eurovision as an interval act like in 6, 10 or 20 years when Israel is still here? So to me, she be a little bit chilly. I mean, she doesn't need Eurovision. She is a global pop star. She doesn't need Eurovision. But for me, it's like, you kind of burn that opportunity a little bit to perform. yeah, you barely. I mean, she could have done. I mean, she cannot perform still, but she could have been dressed in green, white, or red, something, or black, or something. But yeah, anyway, Zara Larsson declined the fact that she. I mean, because I was like, when I saw this news, I was like, but why? You had the opportunity maybe to release a new single for hundreds of millions of people, and then the streams afterwards and the views on YouTube afterwards. You have all the opportunity in the world to maybe release a new song, but you didn't take it. Anyway, it's her decision. I think she does. I mean, Zara Larsson is fine. Anyway, enough about her. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say, well, let's talk about the fact that we have countries coming back to Eurovision. And yeah, one of those countries was, according to Eurovision Fund, it was Bulgaria. I mean, I gotta say, I actually enjoy the fact that some countries are coming back, and Bulgaria is one of those countries, because I think when you read the news, the fact that Bulgaria is coming back, they are bringing back the national selections, which they have not done since 2013. It feels like Bulgaria is coming back with a bang, and the fact that they want to come back with a great song, and they have not been in Eurovision for 3 years, and they have some plans. According to Facti.bg, signing sources within the national broadcaster BNT, the channel is reporting preparing a super project designed to showcase the contemporary face of Bulgarian music in front of millions of viewers across Europe. Sources are saying that some of the biggest names in the country's music scene are already on the list as the potential candidates. Among the names are Krysia, Dara, Michela Marionova, and the popular pop folk singer Tita, who could bring a more folk-infused, explosive energy on the concert stage. She looks gorgeous. She looks a little bit like the Bulgarian version of Elena Fueria. I mean, I'm gonna say, let's see. We want an entry with which Europe will say that this is Bulgaria. Sources inside BNT reportedly declare the song will be, according to the same information, be chosen through a national selection process aimed to find a song that is modern, globally understandable, and at the same time unforgettable. A track that could potentially reach the top 5. Like I said, I think Bulgaria is here to win, because I think they want to win, because they had such great entries with Polya Genova and Kristan Kostov. Yeah, so I think Bulgaria is back to win. I think that is the thing. I think Bulgaria wants to win. But then again, we have other countries that's coming back. Let's see here. We have also Moldova coming back. We have 3 countries coming back. I'm so excited. I mean, Moldova announced today, on November 3rd, this is when I'm recording this, Moldova is officially set to return to Eurovision 2026, as confirmed today by TRM. After 1 year break, the broadcaster announced that the country will not only rejoin the competition, it will also introduce an entirely new national selection format designed to elevate the artistic and production standards of its Eurovision entries. Yeah, I'm gonna say, I think that's the thing with Moldova's national selection, because they had those auditions. I mean, I remember, I think it was 2 years ago, they had an entry I loved, and the fact that I don't remember what the name was about that song, but I loved it. But the artist behind that song didn't go to the audition, so they sent in someone else who could not sing the song, and they were eliminated. I was like, then what's the point? According to TRM, this decision followed a thorough consultation process involving local artists, producers, music industry professionals. The revamped selection aims to bring a more transparent, creative, competitive approach, aligned with European best practice while maintaining a distinctly Moldovan character. For the first time, the national selection will be coordinated by 2 official producers, Sergei Orlov, a seasoned producer with extensive Eurovision experience, and Roman Burlaka, a renowned Moldovan director-producer known for his collaboration with pop local artists and contribution to the country's modern music scene. Anyway, TRM also announced that the submission for the national selection is open on November 7th, with an artist invited to send original songs, and the submission window will remain open for 30 calendar days. So in the beginning of December. Nice. And other notable update: the national final jury consists of 20 members, 5 international and 15 Moldovan experts to ensure a fair, objective evaluation of all competing entries. And if you need a jury member, ask me. I mean, I would love to be a jury member on the national, on the whole other Eurovision national selection. Oh, that would be so fun. It would be so fun. Anyway, we have Bulgaria, we have Moldova, we have also now Poland. Poland confirmed today, and I'm gonna say I think Polska Górą is gonna be the fan favorite to win the national selection of Poland, hands down. Anyway, Poland officially confirmed its participation for Eurovision 2026. It's set to take place in Vienna, Austria. The announcement came this morning on TVP popular morning show something called, where the broadcaster TVP also revealed the details on the up-and-coming national selection to determine the country's next Eurovision representative. A Polish source already told me all of this before it was online. As a part of the process, song submission opens today and will remain open until November 24. Okay, 3 weeks. Be giving artists the opportunities to submit their entries for consideration. The competition will culminate in a televised national finals, and where the winner will be chosen exclusively by public vote. I think they don't want, again, like Blanca and Jan fiasco, where the jurors decided. I don't think they want that. Allowing Polish viewers to have a final say on who will fly the flag in Vienna next May. According to host Marta Surnik, songs submitted must adhere to Eurovision rules, running no longer than 3 minutes, not having been publicly released or performed before September 1st, 2024. Yeah, of course, those original rules. She encouraged artists from across Poland to take part, stating that, and I quote, "Those who believe their songs have what it takes are invited to join their selection." Girl, yes. Yes, I'm gonna say I think Poland is also a country I would love to win. I would love to see Poland win one day. But let's see, don't we have one country left to talk about who is back? Romania? Where's Romania? Don't we have, yeah, here. We have Romania, of course. We cannot have a discussion about the competing returning countries and not mention Romania. Romania, I'm gonna say, when you're looking back at Romania's entries from the last 24 years, last 22 years, they have given me some amazing entries. 2005, 6, 10, just to name a few. They can deliver. Also, according to Eurovision Fun, I love that site. After a 2-year break, Romania is making a dynamic return to Eurovision stage, ready to compete once again for a spot in the grand finale. The Romanian public broadcaster TVR officially announced that the selection of the artists and song that will represent the country in the Eurovision Song Contest will take place through the national final Selecția Națională. Always. The decision marks the revival of the long-standing beloved tradition. Since 1993, TVR has organized Selecția Națională, I cannot pronounce that, a music competition that almost every year, with the exception of 2021, has determined Romania's Eurovision representative. In the very first edition, the winner were chosen by 1,100 households across the country. That is not much. A pioneer process for its time to reflect the desire of the Romanian public to directly involved. Okay. Over the years, the format involved combining televotes with the votes of professional jurors, while the winners were selected either in a single finale night or through a series of semifinals. But how will they do it this time? Let's see here. The return for 2026 signals a new era for Romania in Eurovision, aiming to revitalize interest and highlight fresh musical talent through a transparent and exclusive competition. Artists and composers from across the country are invited to participate in a process long known for its diversity, creativity, and strong public engagement. But I'm gonna say, I don't hope you have the same voting system where the televotes were like, how much was, I mean, the juries were almost everyone. You had, I'm gonna say 2019, we all remember what happened with Laura Breton. Yes, I'm gonna never forget that Eurovision creators who did that to her. Laura Breton was so screwed. But I'm gonna say, I hope they revamp the jury voting system in Romania. Then I'm gonna hope they have it 50-50. The juries is 50 points, 50%, and the public is 50%, because they cannot have that old school voting system where the juries have like 80% of the say and the public has 20. That is like, what's the point of having the public? But anywho, yes, I'm gonna say that is all. I'm gonna say I don't know not that much more to say, because yes, we can. Yes, and I'm gonna say there's one country that many people are speculating is coming back, and that is North Macedonia. And according to Eurovision Fund, I love you. North Macedonia closer than ever to a Eurovision 2026 return. I'm gonna say, okay. Let's see here. North Macedonia appears to be making concrete steps forward towards a return to Eurovision contest. According to minutes of the 13th session of the MRT Program Council, the national broadcaster has reported improved finances, a clear selection plan, and a detailed review on the production capacity. The potential. Key factors that are strengthening the case for a comeback. I mean, I think you can send Tamara to... What was her name who sang in 2019? Tamara Todevska? I think you can send her again. I think she'll come back. Because, as Eurovision Fund has previously reported, MRT are still in discussion phase early this year, elevating whether a 2026 participation would be feasible. However, the newly published council minute paints a far more optimistic picture. We shall see. Anyway, we shall see what happens, but I'm gonna say that is all for me for today, because it feels like this episode was more and more about the countries coming back, because we have 4 countries that is set to return, 4 countries that are confirmed within like 2 days. We don't know yet if North Macedonia is coming back. We don't know if Kazakhstan is going to return, if Kazakhstan is going to do a debut. When will Kosovo do a debut? When will Liechtenstein do a debut? There's so much to talk about. But anyway, and then we don't know yet how the 5 countries who are threatening to withdraw is going to do in December. But it feels like the atmosphere with Eurovision has changed. And I'm gonna say, I think after the ceasefire, hopefully the last ceasefire, talking and onward, it feels like the Eurovision spirit for me has changed for the better. Because before I was like, I'm so over this season and we are not even started. But then again, we have now a complete list of Estonia's Estilao, and I'm gonna say it looks promising. I'm gonna say I actually feel excited talking about Eurovision now. And I'm gonna say I think that is I'm very happy about that. But anyway, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe to this podcast, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you another time. Bye! Yes, and with the upcoming Eurovision season becoming more and more crazy, don't forget to hit subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on the latest thing in Eurovision world. And don't forget to follow my podcast so you don't miss out on the latest gossip and news in Eurovision world. I'll see you another time. Bye!